and watch the live. Yeah, you're making it live right now.
Yeah. Do you see the sign in the corner that says webinar is now streaming live?
100%. I was hoping that would happen. Yeah.
What it really takes to build a profitable
online health coaching business.
Yes.
So if you guys are just jumping on for the first time, my name is Jen Casey.
My name is Barbara Walters.
This is going south very quickly.
Just going. I don't know. It just felt like a news station.
Felt like the moment. Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone. My name is Angie Lee, and we are the co-creators of the Wellpreneur Business Academy. I am the host of the Hungry for More podcast. Jen is
the host of the Entrepreneur Now podcast.
And we are business coaches, previous health and wellness coaches who learned how to monetize our businesses fast. And now we teach health coaches exactly how to do the same. What's been on our minds a lot lately is this topic of online entrepreneurship. And we work with hundreds of clients and these amazing, incredible clients who want success right away. They want it like after one post. We understand where you're coming from. For a lot of you guys, maybe you're brand new to social media, maybe you're brand new to video, blogging, YouTube, whatever it is you're doing, and not realizing that consistency and doing the boring thing over and over and over is actually what wins in the end. And I know, at least for me, when I started my business in college, it was so funny because I remember, you guys have read my story probably a lot, is that I skipped out on so much to be so consistent on creating content just because I went to school for journalism and I really liked writing and I liked speaking, and that's just what I was doing for fun. It wasn't until a year and a half later, really a year into it at least, that I was like, wow, I could really monetize this, and actually this could be an online coaching business. And so for a lot of you, realize that combined, we've probably had 12 years of us just being consistent and us just really showing up. We were joking before this that we've probably created so much video content that it's not even funny. Like oh my God.
Content.
So much. So for me, it was a lot of, I remember just being really consistent when a lot of people just want to give up. And that's kind of why social media is so, there's like a what is the word I'm looking for? There's like a point of entry. There's almost like a barrier of entry, because a lot of people want it. It looks glamorous. It looks easy. It looks fun, but not a lot of people are willing to go through the really awkward phase of growing
and having no one show up and posting something 3 times and not getting any traction on it. Wondering, is this working? Is anyone seeing it? Does it completely suck?
I remember my email list being literally 10 people. Like 10 people. Like it starts with always 1. And I remember writing them as if it was a lot of people, and just really knowing that it starts with 1 and I got to nurture them, and then it's going to multiply, and the domino effect. And when you really love what you do, it really almost doesn't matter, because you're so committed to your voice and your mission that it doesn't matter how many people are listening. So for a lot of you guys, remember that everybody starts from an email list to day 1. Everybody starts from getting on video and no one watching. Everybody, it's not like a special treatment unless you really are a celebrity. There's nobody that gets an advantage in that sense. So building that audience takes time. Building an audience is not sexy. Building an audience is actually really boring. It's actually like showing up when you don't want to. Jen and I doing videos when we don't want to do them, but we do them because we're consistent, and consistency wins.
Because we just have to show up every single day. I mean, I started my first online business in 2011 and ended up going to in Manhattan to an acting conservatory. And I remember coming home on the train, sitting there on my phone, tweeting health coach stuff when I was supposed to be using that time to rehearse and learn my lines and memorize things and, you know, go through Shakespeare text and outline things. And I was sitting there freaking tweeting, following up with people. And at first I was like trying to convince myself, like, no, I've wanted to be an actor my whole life. This is my life's work. This is my passion. But what you do every single day speaks louder than what you say you want. For a lot of you guys, that might be that you're not showing up at all and you're saying you want to be a 6-figure earner, but you're not putting in the work. For me, it was that I said I wanted to be an actor and I was not doing jack for any of that, just scraping by, showing up as prepared as I had to be, and then putting all of my time and energy into my health coaching business. And I know Angie did that as well when she was in school. You know, she was like, I don't want to go to class. I want to just work on my blog. It really comes down to that consistency. And I think it's really easy for somebody to look at me or Angie or, you know, A-list celebrities in the industry who got tons of followers and say, oh, well, it's easy for them. But I think it's so important for everyone to realize, no matter what stage you get at, everybody starts as a nobody. Everyone is an unknown at one point or another.
Yep.
In 2011, when I first was like, hey, everybody, like, I'm a health coach, I got made fun of so much.
Yep.
I've shared this before, but my first attempt at like growing my business, I didn't know how to use social media, and that was not a big thing that people did back then. And I decided to post flyers all over my campus. And I was like trying to be super motivational and post all these motivational statuses, but I was so depressed before that in college that all of my statuses, I was like that annoying girl on social media that was like, I'm gonna have to eat pizza and like drink another Red Bull today. Like, I hate work. I don't want to wake up. Like, I was that girl. So I went from not only being a nobody, but being somebody people wanted to run away from because I was so freaking annoying, to being like, I'm a motivational a health coach. And it was like, yeah, okay, like, sure you are. So literally I started not only from zero, but from having a negative reputation. I was able to take that and little by little, chipping away, rebuilding my beliefs about myself, rebuilding trust with my audience, and slowly, one person at a time, making a difference. So it literally takes years of consistency. And we work with a lot of women, and sure, we're able to get people quick success. We've seen a lot of amazing success, signing high-paying clients, starting programs. All of that is possible. But I think sometimes people have slightly unrealistic expectations about what it takes.
Yeah. Yeah. And think about it. It wouldn't be as sweet if it wasn't something that was difficult to do. Let's really dive into that. That is what makes this so sweet and special, is that the grind and the consistency, it takes a special creature. And that's why I always preach, I don't think everybody should start an online business. I don't think everybody should be an entrepreneur. And for people who follow me, they might think, well, wow, how can you say that? But that's with love, and that's with knowing that it's not for everyone. And this is so Gary Vee right now, but having that self-awareness of how patient you are. He always talks about how patience is such a huge asset to business, and realizing that if you can run on the treadmill longer than the guy next to you, you are going to win. You don't have to be faster than him. You just got to keep running on the treadmill. And for a lot of people, they want to have success after one post. And I mean, it makes it so much sweeter now to know that everything I was doing then was so worth it. And like Jen said, I literally distinctly remember a lot of times, hopefully no teachers are listening to my show. I put this on the podcast. Hopefully no one's listening. But I literally can't tell you guys how many classes, and this is so fucking cool to talk about now. This is so fun to talk about now, because it's like I get to just give a big F you to the world and my teachers. But it's really cool to talk about now. I remember literally like being kicked out of classes because like it was a test. Like, I'm not talking about like a lecture, like tests. I literally remember being in a biology test, and I had a few questions left, and like my phone was like on next to me, and like people were like Instagram messaging me about this like new ebook that I had out. And I was like, yeah, like, and I was like trying to like message them while I was like taking this test. And then I remember I would do some like sales calls with girls who wanted to join my online, I had like a 6-week bikini course. And I remember they were like calling me during it, and I was like drafting newsletters like a ninja, because I was like obsessed with it when my list was like 10 people. But I was like drafting a newsletter while I was like taking a test, and the teachers would be like, what are you doing on your phone? And I'd be like, you know, and I'm like, oh, building a business. Don't worry. It's going to pay off someday. You know? like what do you say to your teacher? And I remember my mom, I could still remember this day that I walked into the counselor's office, and she was like, you know, Angie, your grades for anatomy and biology. Well, the reason I didn't have good grades in those classes was because I was on my phone Instagramming pictures for my blog. I was like, everyone check out my most recent blog. Oh shit. A, B, C, D. I would just like fill in the thing. I was the worst student ever. Like, teachers watching probably not right now were like, I hate you. So I would do that. And then I remember her sitting me down. I can remember this like clear as day. I was like 22. She's like, all right, Angie, well, you have a C in these classes, almost a D in biology. you're not going to be a dietitian because your grades suck. So you're going to need to retake them this summer. And I literally looked at her and she goes, you have 48 hours to decide if you want to leave the program or continue, but you're going to need to retake classes. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it costs money to retake classes and time, which means I would have more semesters of school and owe this school more money. So I looked at her, I grabbed the pen like this. She had a little piece of paper and I just go, signed it and handed it to her. Literally in like 10 seconds, she's like, oh, you have 48 hours to respond. And I was like, nope. And I literally just like went down the elevator. I called my mom. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm not going to be a dietitian. She's like, oh my God, you went through all of those science classes. Oh my fucking God, what are you going to do? And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to just like make this online thing work. And she was like, my mom, you know her, you met her, obviously, was like, all right. She was like, Angie, you're a little crazy. You're a little out there, but for some weird reason, I am not worried about you. And you always figure it out. Like whatever it is, you just kind of like figure it out. So she's like, just like everything else, you're freaking crazy, but you're going to figure it out. And I was just like, yeah, you're right. And I just remember like walking down the street being like, my dream was to like be this dietitian in a hospital and like save lives and make like 40 grand a year and work 60 hours a week. And I'm like, screw that. Like, why would I do that? Like, no offense to anybody who's in that right now, but that's so tapped out. That's so limited. And for a creative person, I mean, Jen, I know you can relate to this. That's like suicide for a creative person. That's like, hello, you're going to wake up every day, do the exact same thing every day, make the exact same income, and you have no creative expression. Welcome to your life when you're 50. And I was like, get me the frick out of here. Honestly, it was a lot of social pressure from family and other people that wanted it for me. And I thought it looked glamorous, but maybe for you guys on right now, maybe you just, if anything from this episode or this video, maybe you guys can just really realize that if there's something calling at you, even if it seems silly and stupid, that the silliest and stupidest thing you could do is not listen to that calling and then end up doing what you were supposed to do, because on paper, it looked good. On paper, it looked really good for me to just get A's in those classes and then get out and blah, blah, blah. And someone just commented, oh my goodness, you are so lucky you didn't go down that road coming from an RD. I say this with love, girl, but here's what I have to say about that, Melissa. I have friends who graduated the program, did really well. These are probably my friends that like cheated off of on tests, you know, they're like doing real well. They're like crushing it, right? They're like, love it. And, you know, I just know that I would have been fired. I would have been fired anyway. Like, why would I do that when another girl in line could have taken the place? So she gave away my spot in the program to someone else. And I don't know who. They only accepted 30 people. She gave up my spot. I signed the resignation form, and then she gave it away. And then I went 110% with my online business. And that one day changed pretty much my entire life. So
yeah. My dad wanted me to be I remember he came downstairs one day. He was doing some research on the computer, and he looked at my brother and he said, you should be a cop. And he looked at me, he's like, and you should be a dental hygienist. They make $80,000 a year. And I was like, oh, why would I want to do that? That's horrible and gross. Like, I don't want to be in people's mouths all day cleaning gunk off their teeth. Yeah. Like, no, thank you. And then, you know, I went to school for psychology and was going to potentially continue down that road. Really just had a moment of, I remember sitting in my car outside school. This was before I went into entrepreneurship. And I was like, I need to feed my soul. And that was like the most intuitive moment I ever had. And I decided to go and pursue my acting career. And then through that, found something equally unstable, entrepreneurship. But through performing for years, I had built up some really thick skin in the game, where I was like, oh, I'm very used to saying no. I'm very used to being criticized. I'm very used to having to put myself out there and be so freaking vulnerable and have somebody go, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Like, oh God, I didn't love it. You know, like every day. But like one of the biggest things that changed for me was in 2014, I just had this like aha moment. I remember sitting down and watching a Brendan Burchard training where he broke down how to make $1 million online. And I was like, who is this man? I love him. And he basically was like, look, you can sell an ebook. If you sell it for $25 and you sell it to this many people, boom, $1 million, or, you know, $20,000. And then you can do this course and you can sell it to this many people and price it here and another 50,000. And he broke it down, all the different streams of income that you could create in order to make $1 million. And I was like, oh my God, I need to do this. This is like so cool. Yeah. And so obviously I was like all hyped up, and I was running around and I was telling everybody that I was going to do this. And I posted a picture on Facebook the other day of my goals list, April 1st, 2014, 25 years old. And it's like, I make $100,000 this year by creating my first online product.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, but the crazy thing is like, what balls did I have to think that I could do that? Like, what audacity, what switch flipped in my mind and said, this is possible. Most people would watch a video like that and just completely go, that would be cool, but that couldn't happen for me. And for whatever freaking reason, I saw that and decided, why not me? Why not me? I had literally no expertise. I had no clue what I was doing. I had never run a business outside of network marketing, but I was just like, yeah, I got this. Like, this will be cake. So I spent like $2,000 on this program, started going through it, was trying to get my mom to do it. And I was like, Mom, you could do this too. And then I was like, Dad, you could create this cool program. And then it was like my boyfriend, I was like, and you could create this program. So I was like creating programs for everyone in my head, trying to convince everyone to be an online entrepreneur. Obviously makes sense that I'm a business coach today. Yeah. But I remember I went up to my mom and my dad and I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And they were like, what? Yeah. They like didn't understand it because they didn't watch what I watched. They didn't see the vision. And I know a lot of you guys go through that where you're telling people in your life all this exciting stuff that you're going to create and they just don't get it. And I remember the therapist that I was seeing at the time, who was kind of a wet towel anyway, I told her, and
I love that saying. Just a wet towel.
Just a wet towel.
Not a dry
nice lady, but just a wet towel. And I was like, what'd you say?
Not a dry sponge, a wet towel.
Not a dry sponge. She was a very moist towel. Gross. So I remember telling her and she was just like, oh, that's interesting. Like, tell me more. How are you going to do that? And like, I could just tell she was so judgy McJudge. And I was like, nah, this is not gonna work. Like, imagine like pouring your heart out to your freaking therapist, the one person that's supposed to be like, yeah, like you could. And she's just like, this is an interesting thing you want to do. And I was like, nah, I'm out. So, and actually she kind of dumped me, which was weird. She was like, all right, well, you've got things figured out now. I was like, yeah, see you later. And then I remember telling my friends and they were like, and I would just go up to people and they just didn't get it. They were like, oh, cool, Jen, like awesome, sounds great. But the biggest thing that happened was I ended up quitting my server and bartender job. After I watched this training, that was number one. I was like, holy crap, I could do this. Number two, I was just tired of being abused at my restaurant. And it was on Easter of 2014. My boss, my manager, I was like, dude, can I go home? There's like no tables. Thinking that he'd be like, oh yeah, of course. Cause he was like my friend at the time.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I can't send you home. I'm like, why? He's like, well, we have this 4-hour rule now where I can't send you home because if you leave before 4 hours, I'm going to have to pay you for the extra 2 hours that you were here. And I'm like, cool, I get paid $4 an hour. So like, help me out. And he was like, no. I was like, are you for real right now? Are you serious? And I don't like being told what to do. So I was really pissed and I almost walked out. Then he wanted me to clean the base of the bar with like, in the whole bar reeked of cleaning fluid. And I was just like, this is some serious bullshit. So I went in the bathroom. I had myself a good hearty little cry. I was like, frustration, pouting, the whole little tantrum by myself. And then I came out, collected myself and put in my 2 weeks the next time I came in.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm just going to go full force into coaching. And I started back in my network marketing business because clearly I had nothing to monetize in terms of an academy and I had no expertise. Yeah. So I was like, all right, well, this is something I could start with. And I just literally made $800 that first week back in network marketing. And just like from there, it was like, that was my hallelujah moment. I just went all in and freaking jumped. And let me tell you, that was some scary shit. Because I actually didn't know what I was doing. And that income was not consistent. That's like, when you first jump back into something, you might have a good week. And the next couple years, or the next year and a half or whatever, really, really seriously building that, there were so many ups and downs. There's inconsistent weeks. There's, at one point I ended up falling and breaking my ankle. And so I couldn't teach my group fitness classes. I was basically unable to walk for 3 months. And I just literally, like, that freaking sucked. My calf was like the grossest chicken leg when that cast came off. It looked real weird.
My calf was this chicken leg.
It was so weird because you can't use the muscle at all. So it was just like the most, and my mom laughed at it and I was like, you're rude. Don't make fun of my leg. Thanks, Mom. Really appreciate the support. And yeah, and I remember I just literally would spend hours and hours and hours on my computer just learning everything that I possibly could. Like, I spent my entire life on YouTube. And I used to, especially when the tech stuff came into place and I was doing email marketing and landing pages, no one freaking explained how to do that. And if you try to find a freaking tutorial on YouTube, they just didn't exist. And it was never the thing that you were looking for. And if you didn't know the lingo, you didn't know what to type in. So when I tell you hours, I remember like a couple years, or maybe this was like a year ago when things were really picking up, a lot of success was happening. And my dad looked at me because he was very like, traditional job, work hard for your money. And he was like, well, I guess you did it. Well, I'm glad to see that the last 3 years of you being buried in your computer is finally paying off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think that was a compliment somewhere in there.
A backhanded compliment, right?
Good old dad. Yeah.
I just think it's something where, and again, you guys know Jen and I are super real deal. We're super the unsexy truth. I would say our uniqueness is that we give the unsexy real deal, and you've got to pay your dues. Like, it's almost like this entitlement thing. Like, guys, like the amount of content and newsletters and videos and posts and the amount of content. I'm like literally just trying to like let it all sink in right now. It's May 17. What time is it?
6 years.
At 6:30, May 26, 2017. Los Angeles, California. I'm like, take it in this moment. The amount of content that I've produced, like it's unreal. Like, and in times where I'm like, should have been at a party, but instead did this, like filming a video, should have been at a friend's event. Like, part of me just wants to be like, who are these new people? Who are they? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do they think they can just come in and be like, well, I'm just going to create like one video. Like, hopefully I make 6 figures this year. Like, no. It doesn't come from one video. It doesn't come from one newsletter. It doesn't come from one podcast. It doesn't come from one post. It comes from literally doing the boring stuff so much that you're so sick of it. It's almost ad nauseum. You literally do the same thing over and over and over, and monotony creates success. That boring shit that you don't want to do creates success. And I think that's so true about success, is that people want to make it look glamorous and fun. But you guys will notice, Jen and I never talk about making you guys 6 figures in 90 days. I think that's bull crap. We make it realistic. We tell you the real deal on building a brand and realizing that if you're in it, be in it for the long haul and commit and say, this is really what I want to do. And I enjoy creating content. I enjoy sharing my story. I enjoy doing video. I enjoy putting myself out there. And it's just, it's a game where you got to pay your dues, right? There, having that sense of entitlement when if you go into this industry can be really messy, and you've got to be obsessed. I love when Grant Cardone says, be obsessed or get out, or be obsessed or be average. And that's one of my tips. I would love to hear more of yours, but I'm all about, if you're obsessed with something, it's so evident. And like when I met Jen, I saw one video of her and I was like, she's obsessed. Like I love the word obsessed. I love the word obsessed. People are like, are you obsessed with what you do? You're always talking about it. You're always doing it. I'm like, yeah, I'm obsessed. Like you literally have to be obsessed. Like you almost won't not be successful because you're obsessed with it. So you guys can see it in people's eyes. It's like that glow. It's like that being present when they're creating stuff. And I think that's like what attracted us to each other, is like, we're in it. We're in it to win it. We're in it to win it. Right.
Yeah. When I met you, I had never met anyone else that was like matched my level of hunger and hustle or mustachiness. Like it was just like, holy shit, like twin mustache. Like
twin mustache.
I've trimmed mine recently, but
so for a lot of you guys, sometimes I just want to be like, take a little match and put it under your butt and be like, dude, be obsessed and shit will work out. Like, you'll be fine. Just get a little bit obsessed. And you guys who are, we can tell when you join our program. And I just like, I already know, like, I'm like, dude, you'll be fine. You'll figure it out. It might take some time. Allison said, I remember you asking me in my first call, are you obsessed? It's literally my filter. Obsessed. Guys, people who are successful, people who are wealthy, interview them. I have a show. Jen has a show. We interview them. Guess what they all have in common? They're literally obsessed. Like it's what they think about. Am I saying you need balance? Of course. Like I try to give my boyfriend some attention once in a while. I try to also have a social life. I try to get away a little bit, but it doesn't mean that being a creator and having a personal brand, like it's so part of your identity. And I think if you can do it in a healthy way, there's nothing wrong with that, because Jen and I are who we are. Like if you met us right now, like this is who we are. So it's not like we're faking anything. It's not difficult to be this person because it's actually who we are. So that's kind of my little rant on personal branding, putting yourself out there. If you're obsessed, you'll be fine. You'll figure it out, because when you're obsessed, you're relentless. And when you're relentless, you find answers and you're resourceful. So
I love it.
that's
And
kind
I think people also, what is the saying that people overestimate what they can achieve in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10 or something like that?
oh yeah. What is that quote?
I don't know what that is. I feel like I'm not quoting it correctly, but I will say, I remember listening to a podcast a couple of weeks back, and there was one woman who was like, yeah, in the last year, I like wrote a book, got it published, bestseller, like started this podcast, like started this coaching program, launched this product. And I just sat there and I, well, shit, she's putting me to shame. I bet I could do more. I bet I'm like selling myself short and not realizing that there is so much more possibility and potential. Because God, how many times, and I used to do this all the time, I'd sit down, I'd write my 90-day goals, and they would be like, start this new habit. Like it would be something so small, so like does not belong on a goals list. And it's just amazing to see the evolution. The more that you begin to achieve, you build that muscle of confidence. And I mean, just even for us, you know, we in under a year, you know, we launched a program, built an entire program with modules and videos and PDFs, and we are about to do our third launch of it. Both have podcasts, both, you know, are all over social media. We're doing live videos multiple times a week. Like I was just saying, Angie, like looking at my, I'm very organized. I have like a whole chart of like all my live videos. And I was like, just in January, I did 17 live videos.
Wow.
Like, you know, and God, I'm sure between the two of us, it was probably like, just even since 2017, it's probably, I don't even know, like over 100. But I mean, when people are like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to try to go live once this week. It's like, what do you mean you're going to try to go live once this week? Like, do you not realize that people are not going to wait around for you to build the confidence or for you to jump or for you to show up? There's other people doing it. So if you are not showing up and being visible every single day, they're going to go follow someone else who's more consistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's giving them more. Like like I was talking to somebody the other day about podcasting, and she was like, if you have a show and you're consistent on Mondays and Wednesdays and you start not posting consistently, well, on Wednesday, when they go to listen to your show and you're not there, they're going to go find somebody else to listen to. And now you've lost a listener. And that's so freaking true for all of you guys, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's live video, it doesn't matter. If you're not showing up and somebody wants to consume valuable content, they're going to go find someone else.
Yep. You don't have to be the best. You just have to be obsessed.
God, my first live videos, I had my phone, and I don't even think I had my Viva ring light at the time. Yeah. And like before Facebook Live came out, you know what I used to do? I used to take a bunch of boxes, somehow like MacGyver my phone so that it was like sort of balanced, shittiest lighting. I had like a lamp from Target that I used to use, and I would make it work. I would freaking make it work, and I wouldn't make excuses. So I was like, well, I've got to make these videos for, you know, my clients or for my network marketing team. And I was doing network marketing. So no matter what situation you're in, like, listen, literally every single person starts as a beginner. If you are judging yourself against people who have been in the industry for 10, 15 years, and you're saying, well, my videos don't look like hers, or my posts don't look like hers, or, you know, whatever. It's like, well, they've probably got a team of people behind them. They've also got years of experience, and they've put in the work, they've put in the hours. If you start trying to be a gymnast tomorrow, are you really going to compare yourself to an Olympian? Like, I don't know. Are you going to be like, I'm not as good as that Olympic gymnast, so I'm just not going to do it?
Yeah. If
like you just wouldn't do that.
The first product that you launch is amazing. You started way, way, way too late. Your first video should be sort of shitty. Your first health program, for all you health coaches watching, it's probably not going to be the best. Your first sales call probably will be awkward, and you might want to just hide in the corner after. Everything is supposed to be awkward. The growing pains are so worth it. They're so part of it. That's so okay. It's literally like high school. You just go through it. It's kind of awkward. You look back and you're like, oh my God, why did I date that guy? AKA, why did I film that video? But you know what? It built you into who you are, and it made it possible for you to learn. And if we don't take the first lily pad, how are you expecting to be in a place where people are charging you that much. And I think for a lot of people, they say, well, I want to make 6 figures. That's like the golden, I don't know. It's like 8K months, 10K months. And for a lot of you guys, and I love this episode, like I'm already so obsessed with this. This has been great. I feel like we're giving them the real deal. Are you emotionally ready? Are you organizationally set up for that? Of course, but do you feel why would someone give that? You said it perfectly today. Why would someone invest that in you almost? Do you feel like that's what you're bringing?
Mm-hmm.
And this sense of just, I want to make 100K months. I mean, I saw this on this post I did the other day, and some of these women writing this, it's amazing. I love these huge goals, but they
putting in the work to actually be the person that deserves that or would earn that.
Yeah, they don't have the system set up, or they don't have.
It's fine. You'll learn them.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll learn them, but it's just kind of like thin air. It's like, oh, 100 grand. Like, do they understand like what it takes to make 100 grand a month? Like
100 grand a month?
Yeah. Some people wrote 100 grand a month. So
bless their heart.
Bless their heart. Bless your heart. But yeah, I think there's something to be said about how much can happen in a year. And I love that Jen said that. And her and I, knowing that we are going to hit a 7-figure business really fast. And I think that anything can happen, but that did require us both having content and audiences prior. And we don't hide that. We don't act like we just like, hey guys, just joined Facebook 13 months ago and now we have $1 million business. Like, I think people need to be realistic and realize that building an audience isn't sexy. It's not fun. Sometimes it's boring, but it's like, there comes a day where all of a sudden you wake up and you realize all of your work paid off.
We did have audiences. However, we
had to build new
audiences. We had a lot of people who were following us for health coaching.
Yep. Yeah.
And some of those people were health coaches following us as health coaches. And so those became clients, many of those people. But there was also still a lot of like, when I decided to switch over from health coaching to business coaching, I scrapped everything. I had to do a complete rebrand. I went in, I was deleting posts. I had to change out every single cover photo. I had to do a new photo shoot. I had to change my website name, my email. I changed all of my social media tags. I had to literally take down all of the stuff about health coaching, I felt, because I wanted to make it clear what I was putting out there to my audience. So, I mean, I literally started over, which when I already built a pretty successful network marketing business, that was some scary shit, but I just knew that this was the time and I was ready for it. And when I really looked back and got real with myself, it's like, that was my goal all along. I just got caught up in making money in a way that I didn't have to actually create something. So, you know, I think in many ways, yes, we certainly did have an audience. We had experience, we had the knowledge we knew how to build successful businesses, but, you know, I mean, I think it really is possible. But if you guys, I think too many people try to jump into creating high level offers and expecting 1 million people to buy it when they haven't provided value first. They're asking too soon.
Yeah, nothing's wrong. People just don't know who you are yet.
Yeah.
Give them a chance to know who you are. How long does it take for you to have to get to know someone? They need to see you a lot before they're ready for that investment and that purchase. And that's okay if it takes a little bit of time. That's part of the game, and you're going to realize that it's worth it. And we hope this was helpful for a lot of you guys, because there's tons of business coaches online, and especially in network marketing, a lot of them give these promises that it's going to be easy and there's a system already set up, or it's glamorous and just do this one thing or follow this 4-step process and it's going to work and it's going to happen. And it's not like that. It's like this elusive world, because it is so difficult and it is so having to constantly be resourceful and put together the pieces and stay consistent. So it's not sexy. Is it doable? Of course. But the real troopers who will enjoy the fruits of the labor are the ones who just stay consistent.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people also, they don't realize that entrepreneurship is an emotional roller coaster. And so they go into those places where all of a sudden they're up leveling, they're having those moments of growth, and they go into panic mode that something's wrong with them. Oh my God, I'm a failure. I suck. I'm not cut out for this, because I'm feeling doubt. In those early years, if I had $1 for every time that I had a moment of doubt, I would have been a millionaire already. Like, you know what I mean? It was pretty much on a daily basis. Like, that's just part of the process. That's part of the territory. And it's a roller coaster. Like, yeah, you are going to have those days where 1 minute, like 10 o'clock, in the morning, you're like, oh my gosh, I like posted the best thing. It's getting so much traction. And then at 11, you're like, oh my God, some troll wrote something mean on it. Everything's horrible. And then at 1 p.m. you have a sales call and like you get a high paying client. You're like, woohoo, it's the best day ever. And then at 2 p.m., like somebody writes you and says they're not interested. And you're like, my life's over. Like this is like on a daily basis. Like we get it. We're with you. We've been there and we have literally been through like the trenches, for real, the trenches of trying to piece things all together, of investing in ourselves thousands of dollars in courses, in mentors, in coaching, in seminars and events and travel and all the things that go along with this, spending like tens of thousands of dollars to get to where we are today. Like this didn't just happen from DIYing it or going on YouTube and just, you know, I mean, a lot of it was pieced together, at least for me in the early days, because I didn't know business coaches existed. But God, I wish I had freaking invested and found somebody who could mentor me, because I would have been so much more successful, so much faster. And honestly, that's why we created the Wellpreneur Business Academy, because when Angie and I met, we saw this need for health coaches. We were like, wait a minute. Angie came to me. She was like, listen, no one's really, like, there are business coaching programs out there, but no one is speaking to health coaches. No one is creating one that specifically gives health coaches examples and caters all of the content around exactly what they need to know in order to grow a profitable business. And having both been health coaches, we were both like, oh my gosh, this is, yeah, we should absolutely do this. And it's just been crazy amazing to see how just helping women by narrowing this down a little bit and helping them in their specific coaching businesses has made such a difference.
It takes a level of pushing through when it gets difficult and pushing through the mud a little bit. How do you get yourself to stay so consistent? That's such a great question. Mm-hmm. I feel like I want to give a Gary Vee answer. Like, I feel like I don't know. I feel like you know what I'm going to say. I'm kind of just like an alien. Like I'm obsessed. Like I just keep going. I don't really ever lose motivation. I know that sounds so weird to say, but it's just kind of like, I feel like you're kind of the same. Like, of course I'm a human. I have moments where I'm like, oh, or I'm tired. I'm like, oh, to love, like, of course, but it's rare. And then I kind of just like push through and I'm like, all right, gotta keep doing this. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. What's your answer? That's my honest answer. I could give some corny bullshit, but that's my answer, is that I want it bad, guys. I want it really bad. Like I just go. It's like blind.
Yeah. I honestly think that for me, I became like 1,000 times more consistent when I stopped doing health coaching, because I had literally no passion left for that. Mm-hmm. And so as soon, like literally the day that I decided I'm going to do business coaching and really go all in on that, it was like years of studying and expertise that had been waiting to be shared with someone who would just want to geek out with me. Like, who will talk to me about business? Like none of my like people were into that. They were like, oh, we're busy with her being health coaches. And I was like, someone geek out with me. And I was like, wait, I can talk about this on video and people want to know this information. And then it was just like, boom, like on it. And
okay, so passion, when your passion increased, your obsession increased.
My passion, yeah. Okay. And I think honestly just but at that point I already had created a lot of systems and put things in place for myself. So, and I obviously spent a lot of time performing and refining my craft as being on camera, which was not my strong suit. I did not take a single on-camera class as an actor. I was like, I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to do all the stage classes because I hated the way that I looked on camera. My early videos are so awkward. I'm like whispery and like trying to be all posy.
Side note, can we
and it's just awful. They are so bad. And like the lighting is horrible. It's just really embarrassing. I think I deleted most of them.
Me too. I've deleted so many old ones.
I wish that I kept them though, because they are comedy at its finest. Comedy at its finest.
For all the women listening, I think this would be a really quick, good interjection. Guys, Jen and I do a lot of video content. We know what you're thinking. Do you like hate hearing your voice? Do you like hate watching yourself? Like right now, yeah, like we're women. Like women pick themselves apart. That is so normal. It's not like you're going to wake up and be like, wow, I look fabulous on every video. Like right now, I'm just like, I literally have no makeup on. My hair looks all cray-cray, but you know what? I love you guys and I'm here and I'm present and, looking a little crazy. Jen looks a little bit more Always a little bit more polished, kind of.
It's hot. It's hot under these lights, you guys.
Sweating. I'm like, my hair.
Why did I wear a sweater? It is the summer. What was I thinking? I don't know.
It gets easier. Like now I got to the point where I used to be so obsessed with having so much makeup on and trying to be so perfect on video, but it slowly is just become more authentic. And I just like just showing up and being myself. So for all of you guys listening who are like, oh my God, I don't want to do video, I'm going to pick myself apart. You will for a few months. And then you literally just get immune to it. You're like, it's me. I'm being myself. I'm showing up who I am. And that is enough. Like it's fine. Like just be you guys. And if people don't like you because the way you look or the way you sound, then they're not your people. We know some people who, we're not going to say their names, but like, I'm not a huge fan of them on video. I think they're annoying, or I think they're this and but like, they've got huge followings. Like people, you find your people. Like,
yeah, you're not going to do for everyone.
You find your people.
I remember when I was first doing a live video, and things like on Periscope too. My mom was watching one of the videos and she goes, you're making a lot of weird faces.
Yeah.
I guess because I was looking at myself and I was trying to be like energy, expressive, and it was like too much, but like you find your balance. And I was like, cool, Mom, thanks for like the unsolicited feedback.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of unsolicited. I get that a lot. I'm like, I did not ask. I don't want to know about my.
Like, la, 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 la.
We just basically wanted to get on tonight to chat a bit about the realities of entrepreneurship, because I think you guys deserve to hear it, and I care enough to give the real deal. We both have big hearts, and we do care, and we really want to help women succeed. And when you're honest with people, that's the best way. And if we were just slimy and weird, we would be like, yeah, guys, we're gonna make you $6,000 tonight. Like that usually isn't the case. And we want a business that's sustainable. Social media is constantly changing. There's new apps coming out. There's new programs coming out. Facebook changes. There's always something new. And the only constant is change itself. So as a business owner, you have to be savvy. You guys all have to kind of like put on your little marketing hat and say, what do I need to do now? And what is the one constant variable? The one constant variable is going to be yourself as a personal brand. So whatever happens, whatever the storm is that weather's on you, or whatever they say, you're strong and you're there because you have the audience, you have a clear message, you've got your brand. So even if Facebook adds a new thing tomorrow or they change this button, it doesn't matter, because you know who you are, you know what your message is, and you know who your audience is. So yes, if an app comes out tomorrow and everybody's like the new Periscope, let's say that happens tomorrow, who knows? It might. It's okay. You don't have to freak out. You've got your systems in play. And that's why we're really passionate to help women see the bigger picture, see the email list, see the systems, see the strategies, see the tech side, learning all of these necessary pieces so you're not lost. And you don't just have a network marketing company, which, side note, they could get sued tomorrow. I was with shortly, I don't even want to say quickly. I was with a company for a bit before I was with USANA that got sued. And they're not even a network marketing company anymore. It was an energy drink company. I don't know if I can say their name, whatever, but I was an energy drink company I was with for a short amount of time. They got sued. So how funny is it that I was like so obsessed? I was all in with it. They ended up getting sued. Little did I know that that was going to happen. And just covering your ass, guys. I mean, you're not in control of the guy of the company. Essentially, there's someone else who owns it. There's someone else at the top, and there's people under you that, as much as you want to, no matter how many freaking leadership books you read, you can't control people. So there is a limited level of control. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you think everyone on your team is the most amazing humans ever and they're all girl bosses. You can't control humans to a certain degree, right? We can inspire, but even Tony stands in front of thousands of people. He can't control what they're going to do then. So this is where we also really encourage to be open-minded. I think my favorite thing that Jen and I do too is opening your guys' mind to other sources of income and other ways to protect yourself, so you're not just cornered into one thing, whether that is a product, whether it is just a program. Having multiple sources of income is something that we're really passionate about diving into more ourselves, and we think is important to discuss with women, because you just never know what's going to happen, and it's good to cover your ass.
And as my mother said, it also positions you as more of an expert. So I was talking about this earlier, but for those of you in network marketing who want to be seen as this thought leader, play to your strengths. So if you're really amazing at sales, you might want to create a sales program. Great. You can sell that to other people and give it to your team for free. Or maybe you're amazing at graphic design. Well, position yourself as not just a network marketer who has a team, but also somebody who sells products and programs who's got this specialty. So if I'm a network marketer and I'm like looking to join a company and I see Angie and I'm really struggling with live video and branding, I'm probably going to sign up with her because she knows how to do that. And she's going to be able to help me. She's going to teach me how to do that for myself.
Yep,
so, you know, I think that it just, for so many reasons, it helps you really establish yourself as a go-to person in the market, helps you stand out as that person in your company, and obviously protects you financially so that you have more control over what you're making.
Yep. Amen.
So that's our little spiel on that.
Amen.
But we would love to share with you guys, you know, some people who we've worked with who have gotten some amazing results from the Wellpreneur Business Academy. We are open for enrollment. Spots are going quickly. Nicole, a little ninja.
Hi, ladies. I wanted to hop on here and say thank you so much for everything that you have done in the WBA. This program is beyond amazing. It's something that I never would have imagined that would have transpired me to be the person that I want to be now. If I would have never came across your video, I would have probably quit by now. I was at a crossroads, and it was either figure out how to do it and go for it, or don't do it at all, because that's just where I was. And because of the WBA, I have been able to learn my branding. I have been able to figure out who I am as a person. I have been able to figure out who my target avatar is, so I can talk to somebody and not talk to everybody, because we all know whenever you talk to everybody, you're really talking to nobody. So you have helped me figure out just exactly who I'm supposed to be talking to. And that means so much to me, because I had no idea. There was so much that I did not know before this program. And because of you ladies, I am so much more confident in myself, in my business, in everything. And I owe it to you, both of you ladies, because you're both amazing. You have shown me how to get on live video and not give a shit about what anybody else thinks or what anybody else says. And because of you, I do live video now. Even I'm getting messy with my hot mess, because you have shown me that it's okay to do that. And you have made me confident in myself again. I am so thankful for that. Thank you so much. You've showed me how to tell my story. Before this program, I would have never told anybody my story. And the response that I've gotten is unbelievable. I get messages, I get texts, I get calls, people saying, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And if you'd never told me that, or you never posted that, I would have never known. But it's because of you guys that I posted anything, that I have ever done videos. It's because of both of you ladies. So I thank you so much. Anybody that is considering this program, here's what I would tell them. You can't afford not to invest in yourself in this program. This program is for you. If you're hungry, if you're ready to go to the next level, if you are tired of just sitting there and doing nothing, if you're stuck, this program's for you, and you need this program. This is going to get you to the next level. This is going to take you where you need to go. You have to invest in this program. Bottom line. There you go. You have it. This program has brought so much to my life. I'm so grateful and thankful for both of you ladies. Before this program, I would have never known how to even do a newsletter. I had no idea how people did newsletters. Thank you. Now I know, because you have showed me. Jen, you are a tech ninja. So grateful for you, because you've taught me so much, and I am so not techie at all. So I'm so grateful for you for that. Angie, yeah, because of you, I don't give a shit who the hell watches my videos. Thank you. I'm so grateful. But at the end of the day, I want to say thank you so much for just putting this program together. This program, the support system that's in this program, the group coaching, the Sunday night calls, the nonstop support from every girl in this group is beyond amazing. Thank you so much to both of you ladies for putting this together. And thank you for believing in all of us. And you girls never give up on anybody. You girls push us, and you help us become our best self. Thank you so very much. And I can't wait to work with you guys in the future. Love you. Mwah.
Hey guys, we've opened enrollment for the program. So, you know, if you're in that place where, you know, you want to get better on live video, you're craving that tangible how-to, you're like, I sit down every day, but I'm not really sure what to do to actually make money. We walk you through all the money-making activities so you actually know how to spend your time in an effective way. We break down how to really claim your expertise, nail your messaging so that clients are drawn to you and come and inbox you and say, how can I work with you? We dive into clarifying your niche, which I know you guys watch a lot of the videos that Angie does and occasionally some that I do, where we talk about the importance of narrowing down your niche. And I know that this is something that so many people get really tripped up at and they get really confused about. So, I mean, we have the Sunday night calls every single week where we dive in. We also jump into the Facebook group, answer questions. We also jump on live video in the Facebook group and give you guys that immediate feedback and help you craft this stuff and figure out, okay, what is my hook? What is my niche? Who am I speaking to? If you're trying to hard sell and you're like, man, I wish I could just be a better storyteller, and as Andrew says, kick boring in the nuts and connect and captivate people and learn how to tell your story on live video, this is for you.
A lot of our story tonight, which we're so grateful for you guys listening to that and where we've been and realizing that we do understand where you've been and really realizing that that is exactly why we created this academy. That's exactly why we put our heads together, and nothing is more fulfilling than creating something because we know that it's helping you guys and we've been there. And that's one of the coolest things as an entrepreneur is creating something that's in need and in demand and is actually helping women. But we're really excited for this June class and we're really excited to help you guys with sales. We know so many of you guys are really nervous on sales calls, writing sales copy, and sales is just psychology. Jen has a psychology background and I'm extremely passionate about psychology and really diving into human behavior. And we help you guys with that as well. And that's really important with content creation is figuring out what is it that your customer really needs? What do they want? How can you speak to them? And if we can give you guys more confidence in your content creation, that's a huge success as well in the program. That's like my favorite thing is to give you guys the confidence and the balls to create good stuff. Because that's how you get eyeballs, that's how you build an audience, that's how you build influence, and that's how you make money online.
Heck yes.
Already freaking out. We have girls who literally are blown away just by the orientation packet, which is so funny because it's incredible what accountability and structure and someone being like, hell yes, you're doing this. Like these are your few months to give it your best, give it your all. Yes, you have lifetime access, but guys, you cannot put a price tag on someone literally just saying, you've got this, let's go. It's game time. And that for me, that's why I always have business coaches because I need a kick in the ass sometimes too. Look at all of our girls. They're already saying hello. They're already saying welcome. Some of these early birds are freaking badasses. Some of them already have a big business. Some of them are brand new. We have both. We literally have girls that are brand new to social media, brand new health coaches. We have girls who've been in network marketing for a long time. And then we have girls who are brand new. So if you're new, that's okay. Even if you just started your company, even if you've never done live video, even if you've been in network marketing for a while, but you're still feeling stuck, even if you just graduated from a nutrition school, you guys, you need the business aspect. You need the social media training. So if you want to jump in as an early bird, I absolutely suggest you do. Jen and I, we are selling out literally 4 times as fast this round. So if you guys want to jump in, I highly suggest you do just so you can have the opportunity to make this one of your best summers ever and have Jen and I be your teachers and hear from us every day, get feedback from us. And we definitely try to be as intimate as we can with each of our students. So we love getting to know you guys and we love hearing your stories. We love knowing where you're at and holding you crazy accountable.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people have asked us, well, how often do you run this academy? We are only running this program 1 to 2 times a year, just to really honor each and every one of our students and give them our full attention and time. We do not run this program that often. So, I mean, right now, I know that it might feel like a lot for you. Maybe you're new to business and you're just like, wow, like, I don't know if it's time for me to jump into a program. Maybe I need to make a little bit more money, or maybe I need to figure out a few things out before I invest in a coach or a program. But one of our alumni, Jessica, she had said in her video, she was like, I said to my husband, I want to do this. And he said, why don't you just figure it out yourself? And she's like, if I could have figured this shit out, I would have freaking done it already. Obviously, I can't figure it out myself. You know what I mean? So I was like, boom, yes, I've so been there. Yeah. And honestly, it's like, Angie and I, we have over 12 years of experience combined. We've been health coaches ourselves. We've built successful health coaching businesses. Angie has gone through every single certification under the sun. She was a fitness competitor. I love teaching the tech side and all of the organization. And so, we definitely both have different arenas of expertise within that. And we kind of bring it together and both love talking about story and live video and sales and marketing and helping you guys really become super, super powerful powerhouses. And I mean, you know, the option is, it's like, you know, what is your time worth to you? Honestly, like that's really what it comes down to. Because we have invested tens of thousands of dollars in coaches, in courses, in seminars, events, and 12 years of sitting up and actually consuming all of this stuff. And not everything was things that we needed to learn, and not everything was stuff that we needed to learn in that moment. So what we've kind of done is we've broken it down in an order of like almost like a building blocks of showing you exactly what you need to learn today. And that's it.
And for a lot of you guys too, I'm going to be totally transparent. When I was broke as a joke a long time ago, I invested a crap load. You guys know I sold a car to go to Tony Robbins. Like, there is always a way if there is a will. And if you can't afford to do it, you almost can't afford not to. If you're broke, then it is actually crucial that you get yourself out of that situation. And I'm a huge believer that we invest when we need to. And if you're in debt, well, then it's a sign that you probably should get out of it. And I invested, I was doing the math right here. I have like 10K for my Tony Robbins. I have, let's see, another business coach, life coach. I mean, we're at like 26 grand. And like, that was during a time where that was not supposed to be doable or possible at all. And because of that, I learned how to get myself out. And because of that, I had a fire under my ass to make it happen. So you guys, you don't invest in things when you can afford to. That's like a huge catch-22. That's hilarious. And it's like, okay, well, when are you ever actually going to get out of that hole then? Because it's not like you just wake up one day and it's just gone or you figure it out. Like Jen said, what is your time worth? What is speeding up the process worth? What is having clarity worth to you? What is having community worth to you? What is having structure worth to you? What is having coaches worth to you? I mean, that's, to me, I mean, it's worth 10 times more than our program. Easily. We literally have alumni that have told us, you guys need to increase the price of your program. Like, we've heard that.
I think it's so powerful to invest in your business. And you guys have heard us say this before, but I'll tell you just from my own experience, I was figuring out my stuff earlier on. And I remember investing around $3,000 or $4,000 in a coach. And I decided that I knew I didn't have the money in the bank, but I said to her, I was like, you know what? I don't know why, but I'm not afraid to put this on a credit card because I have just a sense of knowing that you're the right coach for me right now. And I know that if I work with you, I'm going to get the exact steps and the exact answers that I need and fill in the exact holes that I know I'm missing right now. And I'm going to not only make a return on your investment, but I'm going to blow this shit up. And what happened? Literally within 4 to 6 weeks, I not only had paid back the $4,000, but I had already signed $6,000 in clients. So for those of you who are like, like I'm not making any promises, you got to put in the work and you got to get out there and put stuff together. But it's like, if you're feeling that in your gut, you have to jump. So, I mean, this is the option. It's like, you either try to do it yourself, spend hours on YouTube, guess your way through it, throw spaghetti at the wall and see what kind of sticks, waste hours of time away from your family, away from your friends, feeling imbalanced, feeling stuck and burnt out, and feeling like you want to quit. Or you can literally get started with us today for $333. It's a 6-month payment plan. We also have a pay in full option. And literally you get instant access to all of our bonuses. So you will get access, like I showed you before, to the sales modules, so you can start making a fast return on your investment. And especially like for those of you who are, figuring out your one-on-one coaching packages, who have just come out of nutrition certifications, or if you're in network marketing and you're like, I can increase my sales. And we've had girls double and triple their income just in the first week of using some of the content, because one, their mindset shift, their money set point changed, and they invested in themselves. So they had a whole new energy about the way that they approached their business and a whole new belief about what was possible. And two, they put action, they implemented the crap out of stuff and started going out there and making things happen. So if you're in that place where you're feeling stuck, you're feeling icky, and you're like, I know I can do this. I just need these steps. Like, someone just tell me what I should be doing every day to be profitable, and I'll do it. Like, tell me and I'll do it. I remember feeling like that. And that's why I'm so obsessed with what we've created, because I think it's literally the blueprint for launching out your own personal brand and signing clients and making a business. It's crazy. So for those of you guys who want to get started today, you will get access to all of the bonus modules that I showed you before. And then guys, other bonuses in this program is we didn't even talk about the guest speakers that are coming on. We didn't even talk about that. So on Sundays, we will be bringing on some amazing guests. We have Ryan Yakomi, who's an amazing money mindset, helps people break through their money beliefs and money blocks that are holding them back from signing high-paying clients. We have Lisa Fraley, who is a legal coach and also a health coach herself. So she's absolutely incredible. She knows the ins and outs of exactly what you need in place legally, the terms and conditions, your client agreements, all the stuff that you need in place to stay legally protected as a coach. Who are some of the other amazing people? We have Sean Cannell, who is like a YouTube ninja. If you go look him up on YouTube, he ranks in just about any category like that he puts himself in. He's absolutely incredible. He's going to show you exactly how to start getting some traction on YouTube and making money.
Yeah. And the permission to succeed. I want to end with this, you guys, kind of closing out, but the permission to succeed is worth so much money. And I never understood what that was, but when I hired a business coach, I had a few of them, but there was one that Jen and I both worked with, and she has on her page that I made $6,000 in a few hours. And I made that simply because she gave me permission to succeed. For the first time, I was just in a really weird point. I was kind of stuck and realizing that my business was going up and down and I really needed consistency. That's why I hired her, is for the consistency. I would have phenomenal months, low months. It was just very up and down. And I just really felt like I needed that permission. I remember I did a few calls with her. I started the program, and I remember her just being so transparent about, you're enough. You deserve to receive this. You deserve to. And to this day, that is one of, on my list of the best investments I've ever made, because she gave me permission to succeed. So if that is what you get out of this, that is my favorite thing to help women with. And I can go to sleep at night knowing that I helped you find your self-worth in this process, because we can teach you all the systems, all the strategies. We can teach you how to rock live video. But if you don't believe and give yourself permission to be successful and accept that amount of money or accept money, then none of this really happens, which is why we bring on Ryan, which is why we continuously throughout the program, Jen and I on calls, we're very present. We're very real. There was calls in this last class where we were supposed to be going over email marketing, and we felt the energy of the group and it was not feeling high vibe. And so we'll tap in and we'll give you guys what you need when you need it. And we're really passionate about doing that and being present and saying, listen, guys, do you need a little amp up? Do you need to remind yourself why you're doing this? Do we need to give you permission right now to be happy and successful? So that's a huge part of it. If you're just feeling emotionally like you have the systems, you have some strategy, but you're just feeling like a piece of poop, then we can get you to not feel like a piece of poop. We'd be just so grateful and excited that if you're an ambitious woman who's really ready to make a change in your business, we'd be honored to have you inside of our tribe this summer. So, and give you a little kick in the ass.
Yeah. So if you want 4 additional hands inside your business, ooh,
Creepy hands. Creepy
hands.
Awesome, guys. Any questions, leave them in this video. We'll get back to you. And if you are wanting to be an early bird, again, sign up, grab your spot. If you head to wellpreneurbusinessacademy.com, www.wellpreneurbusinessacademy.com, join us as an early bird, because the party's already getting started and we'd love for you to join. So
it's going to be a crazy, awesome summer. Peace out, you guys. Thank you so much for staying on. We love you. Mwah.
WBA, absolutely, without a shadow of a freaking doubt, has to be a part of your 2017 online business game plan.
3 months of an incredible course.
If I would have never came across your video, I would have probably quit by now. I was at a crossroads, and it was either figure out how to do it or don't do it at all.
I was kind of just spinning my wheels, going back and forth, posting 3 times a day on my social media. I was trying to be everybody else, thinking I needed to be what everybody else wanted me to be, but I discovered through WBA I can make money being myself.
This has been one of the best courses I've ever taken. I now work at home full time, and I take one-on-one clients every single day. My calendar is completely booked. 3 months ago, I would have never believed that this could happen, and here I am sitting in it.
I now have systems in place. My branding is in place. My niche is so narrowed down.
You have shown me how to get on live video and not give a shit about what anybody else thinks or what anybody else says. And because of you, I do live video now. I'm getting messy with my hot mess because you have shown me that it's okay to do that.
I saw my business grow. I saw things happening that had not happened, even though I was doing my hobby for years.
For once, I finally can say that I feel like I have that tangible how. I have those steps. I have that clarity that I have been searching for as a coach.
If I had to describe your program in one word, it would be legit. This program is legit. Jen and Angie are the perfect combination of tough love mentor and friend.
It's so well organized, it's professional, the content is amazing.
You have both been absolutely present for every Facebook conversation, post, question, everything.
There's a huge amount of support for you in this class.
There's been no fluff, like there's no busy work or just things that you should be doing. Everything has a purpose and a meaning. I cannot say enough about this program. It has truly changed my life, helped me grow my business, and has gotten me more than I could ever ask for.
You guys, this program is life-changing in every single way. If you're on the fence, I'm telling you, trust your gut and freaking go for it.
I highly recommend this course.
If you're in the wellness field at all, this is a program for you.
I highly recommend this program, so if you're on the fence, definitely do it. Jump, ladies, jump.